guess what we're gonna make today? The classic chocolate chip cookie. Yeah, I like my chocolate chip cookies chewy and loaded with chocolate goodness. Okay, so I have a favorite chocolate chip cookie recipe that I'm going to share with you today. I've got the oven preheated to 350. These cookies bake for 8 to 10 minutes. I have an electric oven, and it takes 10 minutes for these to bake in my oven. You know, I was going to go into the whole spiel, a gas oven, electric oven, and then I was like, you know what? No, let's just talk about the cookies. So here we go. I already creamed the butter so that I wouldn't have to scream over the mixer any longer than I absolutely have to. Okay, so we're going to take a cup of butter. I use salted butter. Okay, so you're not going to have any salt added to this cookie recipe, but I do have a little something special that I add. Wait till you see. Okay, so I creamed the butter, but we have to now cream the butter with the sugar. This recipe calls for 2 different types of sugar. We've got standard white sugar, and I've also got brown sugar. Okay, so I'm going to turn this on. All right, and we're going to add the sugars to the butter. So we're going to add 1/4 cup of white sugar. Okay, look at me. I have everything all ready, so you don't have to wait. Oh, I forgot to tell you. I fixed myself a little drink. In one of the last videos, I suggested that we have a drink together. So I tell you what, why don't you go get one, and you can pause the video. I'll still be here when you get back, and we can have a little drink together like old friends, okay? So I've added 1/4 cup of brown sugar, of white sugar, and I'm gonna add 1/2 cup of brown sugar. This is what makes them so chewy, okay? So it doesn't have to be packed, the brown sugar. Just firm in the measuring cup, okay? So this is 1/4 cup, so that's why I'm putting 4 in there, so that it equals a whole cup. I can add too. All right, there we go. I'm gonna turn this up just a smidge. All right, we've got that creaming together. While that's doing that, let's talk about this. It's a pina colada. So, no, I didn't make it from scratch. Oven's ready. But I bought the mix, and then I added the alcohol, and I put some ice in it and put it in the blender. It's so good. All right, so perfect, it's done. Now we're gonna add 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I'm using bourbon vanilla today by Bite Club. I tell you, I really do like their extracts. You can change up the extract. You can use regular vanilla. You can use coffee. You can use chocolate. You can use almond. I mean, you know, the only thing I probably wouldn't do is add something like citrusy to the chocolate chip cookies. All right, so now we're going to add 2 eggs, which I already cracked and put into a bowl, because let me tell you, the first time you crack a rotten egg into your food will be the last. Yes, I've done it. And yes, I had to throw away everything that I had in there. All right, let me turn this down. I'm going to add the eggs one at a time. All right, let that mix up. And then we are going to add flour. We're going to do 2½ cups of flour. This looks good, but I do have to scrape down the sides. Give me a second. I want to make sure everything is incorporated in there properly. And you know what? You don't want to overmix your cookies either, because they just don't turn out the same. They could flop, spread too much, lots of things. All right, so now I'm going to put it on the lowest setting, otherwise I'll just be covered in flour. And I am going to add 2½ cups. This is regular all-purpose flour. 1, 2, what did I said 2½. It's a pretty stiff batter for your cookies, but it's good because then it makes it easier to scoop out. All right. Now, I do add a little something special. Okay, look. Cinnamon. Okay, yes. I add cinnamon to my cookies, and it gives it just a nice flavor. So I like to use the Badia spices. And I try and use all of their spices when I can. I don't know, they just have such a nice flavor. So I would say if you're measuring this, you would add like a teaspoon of cinnamon to the mix. Okay, perfect. And then we're gonna add some baking soda as well. Okay, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, which I'm not gonna measure over the bowl, because then you're just asking for trouble when it spills and you dump too much in, and then your cookies, huge, big puff balls. All right, so this looks great. Next, we're gonna add the chocolate chips. I might have to grab some more. I guess I could have been a little better prepared, but I might not. I like to use milk chocolate chips when I'm baking, but I haven't been able to find, the last time I went to the store and when I was buying chocolate chips, all they had was semi-sweet. So you know what? We're using semi-sweet today. All right, I'm gonna start with a cup and then just kind of see how it looks, see if I need more. You could just use a cup, but I like mine extra chocolatey, so I'm gonna use a little extra. Let me grab another bag. Be right back. All right. See, good thing I know where I keep my stuff. All right. So that was a whole cup that we added. Now I'm gonna add like another half a cup. This mixer is not liking me right now. It's okay, you're almost done. So this is a little trick I learned. I turn it up a little bit and make sure it's not locked into place. And you just I lift it up gently. And what happens is the dough that's on the sides kind of grabs the dough that's in the beater and cleans it for me, so that I don't lose any of my dough. A little bit is still left in there, but this thing was filled with dough when I started. So you can just push it through. You know, you don't want to waste this. And then like my daughter, she's 5. She loves to lick the beater. So I will save this for her. But for the time being, let's just set it aside. All right. So I have prepared my pan with a parchment paper sheet because I love these. Okay. And I use a scoop for my cookies. This is a medium, I want to say it's a medium ice cream scoop. I ordered it from Pampered Chef, and it makes the perfect sized cookie. You might think, oh, that's too small. Oh, no, they're perfect, okay? So we're gonna scoop out our cookie mixture and just make sure it's pretty flush with the end, all right? And we're gonna scoop out 12 cookies here. And then I'm gonna bake them, like I said, for 10 minutes. And then we'll come back and I will let you have a look and see what they taste like. See you in a few minutes. Welcome back. We have baked cookies. So before I show you what the cookie looks like up close and actually take a taste, I wanna show you what I did with the rest of my cookie dough. Because sometimes we don't need to make 3 dozen, 4 dozen cookies, which is what this batch makes, about 3.5 dozen-ish. Depends on your scoop sizes. So what I did is I spooned it into a zip top bag and I wrote on it what was in it. I wrote chocolate chip cookie dough, just in case, you know, I couldn't tell that there was dough in the bag. You know, I could have wrote just chocolate chip. It's clearly dough, but anyway. And then today's date, because for obvious reasons. So anyway, you can put that in the fridge, or you could put it in the freezer. You could separate it half-half, put half in the fridge, half in the freezer, whatever. You can bake them all, give them to your neighbors, eat them, you know, whatever you like. So here we have our cookies, and I like to put them on this glass tray, or plate, whatever you want to call it, when they're done, because they cool down like super fast. I don't even remember where I got this, but I remember this tray. I got it at a really good price one year, so I bought one for like everybody in my family and gave it to them for Christmas. And I still have mine and I love it. I use it all the time. Okay, so let's pick a cookie, any cookie. I'll just pick this one. Let's see if we can get it to you. See all the chocolate chips? Aren't you glad I used 1.5 cups instead of just 1 cup? All right, I'm gonna break it open. I don't know what you can see, but they're still warm. Look at that. Okay, so I'm gonna take a bite. Oh, I love it. I got like chocolate like all over my hands. It's the best. Okay, so first of all, the whole house smells like chocolate chip cookies and cinnamon right now, which is such a comforting smell. I actually just wrote a blog post about comfort foods. I haven't published it yet, but it's coming. So by the time you see this, it might be up, it might not, but you can go over to the blog, which is thefierywhisk.com, and read it. And I talk about what comfort foods are to different people. This is comfort right here, and it's good, and you can taste the cinnamon even through the chocolate. You can taste the cinnamon, but cinnamon like enhances the flavor of chocolate. So does coffee, for that matter. Here, I'll be your favor. So anyway, this is my favorite chocolate chip cookie recipe. I use it all the time, and I variate it just a little bit when I'm making the cookies to sell, but I can't tell like all my secrets, because then who would want me to make their cookies, right? They would just make them themselves. So, but this is the basic recipe. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you go and try it out. All right. You're welcome to leave me a comment. Let me know what you think, but I can pretty much guarantee you won't be disappointed. They are just oozing with goodness and flavor. Thank you for being with me today. Thank you for putting up with me. And thank you for just being supportive. I really appreciate everybody. Have a fantastic day, and I will be back soon. Oh, by the way, did you notice that I wasn't drinking my pina colada anymore? That's because it's gone. Have a great night. Bye.